Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Nintendo Pow Block here on the Boss Rush Network. I'm your host, Corey Deering, and flying solo tonight, everybody. Flying solo, like Han, as they say. Everybody's at PAX at the time of this recording. I think PAX is just wrapping up. I hope everybody out there had a good time if you went. I missed it this year because of work and a lot of work going on. So couldn't make it out there this year, but I hope everybody had fun, and I look forward to seeing what kind of content everybody's putting out from there. Flying solo. I was supposed to record with Josh, my co-host for Xbox Casuals and Tower Casuals, the Destiny podcast, which you can find those as well on your podcast service of choice. On Friday, but I got home late, and it had been a really long week, a really stressful week, and so I just didn't feel when you go to do something, you just aren't in the right mind space, so you just try again later. So this is the try again later. So everybody out there, I hope you're having a good weekend. Had a good weekend, because I guess this will come out on Monday, right? Tomorrow. I'm enjoying myself this weekend. My wife's birthday was on Wednesday, so happy birthday to her. And then Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. My wife, obviously, and my mom. Also, we have a few moms on the team, Stephanie and Cordy and everybody out there. So happy Mother's Day to you. You're doing great. Oh, stuffy nose. So yeah, it's been a busy weekend. It's been a busy week, but here we are. If this is your first episode, welcome. This is Nintendo Pow Block, the Nintendo podcast for Boss Rush Media, and this is episode 440. So you better go back to the beginning and catch up, because I don't want to spoil anything from past episodes. I'm just kidding. If you want to support us, you can head over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. For just as little as $1, you get early access, exclusive content. You can become a Patreon producer at the $5 tier and more. Yeah, there's a lot going on. But if you can't support us financially, you can head on over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/BossRushNetwork, or twitch.tv/BossRushNetwork. You can watch the Boss Rush podcast every Tuesday night live on both of those platforms. And you can watch Nintendo Pow Block most weekends on those platforms as well. We record live usually when Ed's here. And do it live. You can check out all of our content on bossrush.net, including all of the PAX coverage that's coming out currently. So go check it out. Very exciting times. Very exciting times indeed. Let's see here. For Snacktendo, I'm just going to run through this stuff real quick just because we got a lot of news to cover this week. Great week to be off, Ed. Thanks. You know what? Before I get into Snacktendo, I have an issue with the My Nintendo store. And I want to know if anybody else had this issue. So I got my early invite this week to pre-order the Switch 2, which I had already pre-ordered, but the GameCube controller was also in store. As it turns out, it would not let me buy the GameCube controller. I only wanted one. It wouldn't let me buy the GameCube controller without actually pre-ordering the Switch 2. And that was extremely annoying. I was ready. I had it in my cart. It was one of the easiest processes ever for pre-ordering something, I think. And look, I went to check out and it said the main item's not in cart. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I had to look it up what it meant. And the Switch 2 was not in my cart because I had already pre-ordered it. and from Walmart, and I'm like, what's going on? And so, like, yeah, you can't pre-order the GameCube controller with at launch without buying a Switch 2. I guess like a Switch 2 has to be linked to your account or something. I'm not sure, but I was really annoyed because I really wanted the GameCube controller. I've been waiting, everybody, waiting for that thing to go on sale. And guess what? Not there. It was there. Wouldn't let me buy it. Nintendo denied me $69 and some odd cents for shipping and tax and whatever else. So I'm pretty annoyed, specifically because I love the GameCube controller and I wanted one. But here's the thing, though, right? It's like I'll get it eventually. That was like the one thing I wanted, especially like to play the GameCube games that are coming out on NSO, right? Like that's the whole point. It's like I'm looking at my cart right now. It's still sitting in my cart. Like it's really still just sitting in my cart, and it's uh they're just like, no, you don't get it. You suck. Have a nice day. Um, Mario will kick you on the way out, I guess. So I'm gonna actually try to purchase it again in real time. Oh my gosh, my password. Real time, everybody. Real time trying to order this thing. It's in my cart. Oh, look, there's my address. Oh, checks out. Everybody, checks out. Checks out. No, no, you know, no denying anything yet. Okay. It's loading. It's loading. Oh, credit card information. Yeah. Yes, please. Yes, please. So I'm gonna go ahead and purchase it. And yeah. Hold on. Your purchase must include Nintendo Switch 2 system. So yeah, Nintendo won't let me purchase it. It's gosh, so annoying. So I guess I can't get one till after launch, which is not it's not a big deal because what are the three games? Wind Waker and F-Zero and uh what's the other game? Soul Calibur. So here's the thing though. I have 4 GameCube controllers and I have the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch Smash Pad adapter and controllers. So like it's not a huge deal. It's just like, look, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to get out my GameCube controller. I'm gonna have to get out the wire, like the wire extender, because my Wavebirds no longer work. Uh I don't know if the sensors are bad or if the controllers are just 20 years old, 24 years old. So which probably has something to do with it. I'm gonna have to get out the cable extender, gonna have to get out the port thing, the adapter, and play the games that way. So I'm pretty annoyed, but it is what it is. I know they're trying to prevent scalping and everything, and I get it, but like, come on, man. I already pre-ordered it from Walmart. You can't just like they already are limiting it to one per account, so like, can't just buy one. So annoying. All right, let's get into Snacktendo. Let's see. Nothing really interesting for me. It's sushi and pizza for Mother's Day and birthdays. So that's what I had. It's okay. It was good. Leonardo's is super greasy though. I'm not into greasy pizza, and like, I mean, it was for the kids, right? The pizza for the kids, but like, I don't know. The last couple times I've had sushi, I just did not enjoy it. Like, I don't not like sushi. It's just like the last couple times I've had it, I'm just like, man, I'm not enjoying this at all. So yeah, yep, that's what I have for Snacktendo. Ooh, notification on Patreon. Ooh, another free member. Cool. Thanks for joining. I guess I should have mentioned that at the top of the show. If you follow us on Patreon, you get all of our free content on the same feed. So you don't ever miss anything that comes out for free, even if it's when the early access period is over, those episodes unlock. So as well. So you can follow us there. And the only things you would be missing are the Boss Rush podcast pre-show, which goes up every Saturday for now. I think that we're going to switch it to Wednesdays though. And the One Up episodes every other week, so you can catch those. Yeah. And then expansion pass 2 weeks later than everybody else. You can listen to them there for free, all in one feed. I'm uploading a couple things here that have already been recorded, so I'm trying to multitask everybody. As far as what I've been playing, I'm anxiously waiting the Switch 2 right now. So like, we're less than 4 weeks away at this point. We are less than. Actually, you know what I'm going to be doing in a month from now, like 4 weeks from today? I'll be laying on my couch over there playing Switch 2. Probably a Switch 1 game on Switch 2, maybe Mario Kart. Who knows? And watching the Xbox press conference for the summer showcase. That's what I'm going to be doing. Man, Mario Kart World looks really good. I've been watching a lot of videos on Switch 2 stuff recently, and man, my nose. I'm sorry, everybody, if my nose is like blocking the way I'm talking. I really apologize. I'll run it through voice isolation and try to fix it up so you don't hear any weird popping from my nose. But yeah, I mean, the Switch stuff looks good. I'm ready to play some. Here's the problem, though. There are like 10 games at launch that I want. And so I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do that. I want to play Cyberpunk, right? I want to play Cyberpunk. I want to play Street Fighter 6. I want to play Hogwarts Legacy. What else is coming out at launch? I mean, Hitman's coming out. I'm not really that interested in Hitman. I'm going to be honest. I tried it quite a few times when it was on Game Pass, and I just didn't really care for it. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Switch to launch games. All right. Let's see. Oh, I will definitely be playing Breath of the Wild Switch 2 edition. Let's see. Launch games confirmed so far as IGN says. All right. So Mario, we went over this on an expansion pass. I think we might have even gone over it on this episode. Or on this show. I'm not sure. Maybe we did. I don't know. Look, when you do 5 or 6 podcasts a week, it's when you record 5 or 6 podcasts a week and then you go to work and produce, several a week, kind of forget what everybody's talking about. Okay. Sorry. So I used to wonder that. I'm like, when I would listen to like, I don't know, Podcast Beyond back in the day or like some other shows, and people would be like, yeah, I just, as soon as the camera turns off, I instantly forget what we talked about. I'm like, yeah, what do you mean? Like, we're so into this. And like, you kind of just forget that that's people's jobs and not their hobby. Right. So like, I mean, they're obviously into games, but like, when it becomes your job, you just kind of don't want to deal with it sometimes. You just want to break from it. And so like, yeah, anyways, back to my non-rant of Switch launch games here. Switch 2 launch games. Mario Kart World, yes, I will be playing that. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Switch 2 editions, yes, I'll definitely be playing those in order, I think. GameCube games, Wind Waker, F-Zero, Soul Calibur. Yep, I will be checking those out at least. I'm still holding out on Wind Waker HD. My Wii U is going to stay plugged in, guys. I'm telling you. Wii U stays plugged in until Wind Waker and Twilight Princess come out. Just saying. Already got 1 of 3, right? 1 of 3. I got Xenoblade Chronicles X. Waiting on those. They'll come eventually, right? They have to. I think so. Nintendo Switch Welcome to, or I'll get just to show it off for everybody. So I'm kind of confused. Drag X Drive, the wheelchair basketball game, that's not on the launch list. Is it not a launch game? I thought that would have been a launch game. Or maybe it's part of Welcome Tour and I just missed it. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Deltarune, won't play that. Don't care. Split Fiction. I think Stephanie said she would play that with me, so I'll probably play that with her. Maybe we'll stream it. That'll be fun. Cyberpunk, I'll be playing. Street Fighter 6, I would love to play. Kinitsugami, that's the game I'll be playing. Hogwarts Legacy, I'll be playing. Civilization, I don't know. That's probably a wait for me. I want to play it because I like those types of games, but it runs like crap on Switch One, and it'll be on sale relatively quickly, I feel like. So, Bravely Default, no. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, maybe. Fast Fusion is a definitely. Fast RMX was awesome. Fast Racing Neo on the Wii U was awesome, so definitely be playing that. Hitman World of Assassination, no, I don't think so. Survival Kids, I don't even know what that is. Rune Factory, no. Arcade Archives 2, Ridge Racer. Oh, Ridge Racer, maybe. Thinking about it. And then Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S. I will probably get it because I'm a sucker for anything that says Tetris in the title. Let's see. Nintendo Switch 2 games confirmed and rumored from GameSpot. I kind of want to go past the launch games. Sonic X Shadows Generations, I will probably play. I did not get it yet because I knew there was a Switch 2 version coming, and I knew Sega was not going to do the Switch 2 upgrade plan. Nintendo said it was up to them, right? And so, shocking. People are going to try to squeeze some money out of it. I bet if these things don't sell well, then they'll consider it. But let's see here. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'll definitely buy. Hogwarts Legacy, Fortnite, I'll have on there just to have on there. Let's see here. I know this is great listening content. Ridge Racer looks so funny. Maybe I'll buy Ridge Racer just because it looks so bad. Like it's classic arcade driving games. It looks so good. Shine Post Beer. What the heck is this? I have no idea. Wild Hearts S. That's an interesting one. That is a hot maybe for me. The Atlas RPG comes out on June 19th. Rado Remastered. East 10 Nordics, maybe? That's a maybe. I have 8 and 9. Not sure. Donkey Kong Bonanza, yes. That's a definite. Mario Party Jamboree. I will be getting the Switch 2 edition. I'll be upgrading the Switch 2 edition. That's a digital game for me. Anything multiplayer like this is a digital game for me. My daughter and son love Mario Party, and the fact that I'm getting the camera and they have the camera mini games on here they're going to have so much fun. Madden 26. I said if Madden ever came to Switch, I would be more likely to play it again. I will be playing the Switch 2 version of Madden. No NCAA though. Why, you ask? I don't know. That's annoying. Kirby and the Forgotten Land Switch 2 edition plus Starcross World. I will probably get that just because. I will probably get that. Although, why does this look like? I don't know. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I didn't play it. I know a lot of people like it. I know I give Kirby a lot of crap on this show, but I will probably play it. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, yes. Pokemon Legends ZA, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, yes. Kirby Air Riders, yes. Drag X Drive, yes. The Dusk Bloods, yes. I will be getting the Dusk Bloods, just to say that we have it, and I have it. It's a Nintendo exclusive, time exclusive, maybe. It's not releasing until 2026 though. Hades 2, Here's the thing. Hades, man. Not a roguelike person at all. I still own the first one. I can't. The only roguelike I've ever had any sort of, well, two, I guess, that I actually really, I don't want to say really enjoyed, but had significant time with were Dead Cells, which the combat was really awesome. And the Ninja Turtles game that came out last year, which was Splintered Fate, right? Maybe it was earlier this year. Splintered Fate. I played Splintered Fate. I don't know when that came out. I know the Casey Jones DLC came out this year. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, definite. Yes, that's automatic purchase for me in July. Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, I will get. I liked Elden Ring okay. It just like, I don't know. I have a hard time like pushing myself to play those games. Not because like, I mean, yes, they're hard, but not because I think it's hard. It's more because like, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel kind of bored grinding it out a little bit, I guess. I don't know. I'll give it another shot though. I will give it another shot. Enter the Gungeon, no. Project 007, no. Oh, yes, actually. 007, yes. Story of Seasons, no. Damon X Machina, Titanic Scion. I don't think so. That's an Ed thing. Star Wars Outlaws, yes. Silk Song, nope. Definite, nope. Professor Layton in the New World of Steam, yes. Definite, yes. Witchbrook, that's the life sim, like kind of 2D Harry Potter-esque game. Shadow Labyrinth is the weird Pac-Man game, so I don't think so. But let's see here. 2 Point Museum, maybe. Marvel, man, there's a lot of games announced already. Marvel Cosmic Invasion, yes. Goodnight Universe, don't know what that is. Animal, that looks like a horror game, so nope. Human Fall Flat 2, nope. Mousework, nope. Inazuma 11, Victory Road, nope. Pip-Boy Arcade 2, nope. FIFA, maybe. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So the entire Final Fantasy VII trilogy is coming. My guess is that it's going to be called Retold or Renewed or something. Just because Remake was the first, right? Like just Rebirth and then Retold to end it. I don't know. That's my guess. So maybe. Spine is a third-person action game. Looks like a shooter. Maybe, I don't know. So, all right, we're getting really down into this list now. I'm pulling it, Ed. Rumored Assassin's Creed Mirage and Shadows. Yes, definitely. Hi-Fi Rush is rumored. Yes. The Ori games. I mean, they're already on Switch 1, so I guess. So Snake Eater Delta is rumored. The Division is rumored. Interesting. A lot of Xbox games rumored. So, yeah, one Xbox game I would love to see on Switch 2 is Gears Tactics. Honestly, that would be the one for me. All right. So, right, what I've been playing. That's where we're at. I've been playing weird games in between, not weird games, but my games in between games, right? So I've been leveling up my Warlock in Destiny 2. Shocking. Edge of Fate comes out in July. The same week as Donkey Kong. So gonna have to like sell body parts to buy some games. But so I'm playing Destiny 2. I am also shockingly enough, playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, the Alice in Wonderland Star Path is happening, and I finished it, except for the bonus content. So it's fine. Yeah, that's what else have I been playing? I loaded up my Switch Lite for the first time in a while because I'm starting to put my Switch accessories away and Switch stuff away, except for my OLED and let's see here. Boop. Let's see here. What else have I been playing? I have been playing Mario Party, obviously not on here, but Mario Party and Mario Wonder. I've been playing some Mario Wonder. I'm trying to unlock levels because my son loves to play the game, and like I still need to finish the game, right? I still haven't finished it because I'm a terrible gamer. But my son loves the game, and we have to play the same like 3 levels because he can't do the swimming stuff in the second world, and so we always go to like the hippo run and the hippo thing and the triceratops run, and it's just I'm really tired. I could run those levels with my eyes closed with my toes. Okay, it's just not happening. Uh, so that's what I've been playing, and let's see, weekly pickups. I didn't pick up anything really this week. I have been really busy with work, and so that's it is what it is, you know? So let's head on into Fammy news. There's a lot of stories, a lot of small stories, but we should still talk about them nonetheless, right? So uh let's see. Let's see here. I meant to open this link in a new tab, and we will. So let's see. That's yeah, we're gonna put it right here. All right. Story number 1. Nintendo Switch has surpassed another milestone. Uh, uh, let's see here. This is not the story I wanted. What are you doing? Let me fix this. Nintendo fiscal year. Um, so let's see here. Investor relations information. That's cool. Nintendo. Here we go. So this is Nintendo World Report. Nintendo Switch. Let's see here. Nintendo Switch lifetime total sales are 152.12 million systems. They are 1.9 million units away from passing the DS and 7.98 million away from the PlayStation 2. So they got to sell about 10 million units to pass the PS2, but they're closing in on the DS. I really thought I don't know. I feel like, I mean, obviously sales have stopped quite a bit, but I'm kind of the sales have really slowed down quite a bit. So let's see here. Yeah, Switch has sold 152.12 million systems. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD has shipped 1.27 million copies. So that's pretty good. Xenoblade Chronicles X, though, not included in the million sellers list. It did come out on March 20th, and the fiscal year ended March 31st. So, and as great as Xenoblade is, it's still a relatively niche title, right? Like that series is relatively niche. So maybe this next fiscal quarter, and you know, there's rumors that it's going to run at 60 frames a second on the Switch 2, and that it's going to get an upgrade there, and maybe people will wait for it there. So yeah, that's the quarterly sales. The catalog software results here, everybody. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, still the best selling game on Switch, shipping. Gosh, 850,000 copies in the first quarter of the year. Who doesn't own Mario Kart yet? 68.2 million units. So that's that's insane. Plus you add in the what 7 or 8 million of the Wii U version, like I mean, gosh, 75 million units, 76 million units of that game lifetime. It's insane. It's insane. Pokemon Sword and Shield is now the second best selling Pokemon set ever, uh, and the best selling set that only has 2 games in it. Uh, let's see. Let's look at the top 10 here. Why is it still loading? Okay. Top selling title sales in units: Mario Kart 8, 68.2 million; Animal Crossing, 47.8 million; Smash Brothers, 36.2 million; Breath of the Wild, 32.8 million; Mario Odyssey, 29.28 million. I'm just kind of surprised, but 2D Mario usually I'm shocked that 2D Mario is not higher on this list. 2D Mario usually sells much more than a 3D Mario game. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, 26.79 million units, whereas Pokemon Sword and Shield is 26.72 million units. Battling it out for sure. Tears of the Kingdom, 21.7 million units. Super Mario Party, 21.16 million units. And New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe at 18.25 million units. I'm shocked that Mario Wonder is not on this list. How do I see more games than just the 10 that are shown here? That's insane. That's incredible. I mean, all of these games, every single one of these games has sold over 15 million units. There are games that would die to sell, you know, 1/10 of that. Sippy sippy. Yeah, Nintendo's killing it. Still, the Switch 2 could be a total failure, and they'd be fine for a decade, essentially, with just the sales of those 10 games. It's insane. So yeah, let's go on here. Nintendo Life has a very large list of games that have sold over 1 million units. According to them, there are 77 77 games. So we read the first 10. So let's go to 11 Nintendo Switch Sports. Really? 16.27 million. Mario Wonder, 16.03 million. Ring Fit Adventure, 15.38 million. Let's Go. Pokemon Let's Go, 15 million. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pearl, 14.9 million. Pokemon Legends Arceus, 14.8 million. Luigi's Mansion 3, respectable. Number 17, 14.25 million. Respectable. Super respectable. Mario Party Superstars, 14 million. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury at 13.47 million. Rounding out the top 20 is Splatoon 2 at 13.3 million. Followed at 21 by Splatoon 3, 11.96 million. Super Mario 3D All Stars at 9.07 million, and that game was only out for a year. That's crazy. 23 Mario Maker 2 at 7.89 million. Kirby and the Forgotten Land at 24 at 7.5 million. And rounding out the top 25, Super Mario Party Jamboree at 7.48 million. Now, I'm not going to read the rest of this list, but 2627, Link's Awakening and Echoes of Wisdom, Link's Awakening's at 6.08 million, and Echoes of Wisdom sitting at 5 million. That's nice. Let's see here. Any other surprises? Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity at 31 at 4 million. It's a little low. Skyward Sword at 3.91 million, less than Hyrule Warriors. That sucks for you. Just shows how well that game aged. I feel like that game was, I think people were just really excited to get another Zelda game, and I don't know. There was a lot of tens for that game when it came out, and people seem to hate it now. I don't like the motion control stuff, but yeah. Anyways, Fire Emblem Three Houses at 3.8 million. That's respectable at number 34. I can't believe 1-2 Switch on this list. Yes, I can. Ooh, Pikmin 4, 3.5 million units. Respectable. Love it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Metroid Dread at 2.9 million at number 40. Man, ARMS still pulling it in at 42, 2.6 million. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Captain Toad getting some love at 48 at 2.13 million. Love to see that. Let's see here. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 at number 54 at 1.86 million. That's low. I feel like that game would have done better. Fire Emblem Engage really low, 1.6 million. I really liked that game a lot. I'm kind of surprised that it didn't do as well. Man, Princess Peach Showtime cracking the million mark at 1.3 million. Nice. Astral Chain at 65, pulling in 1.28 million. Nice. Congratulations to them. That's a big one. Metroid Prime Remastered at 1.09 million. That seems really low. Man, but that just goes to show you that. Look, Metroid Prime Remastered, arguably one of the greatest first-person shooters of all time. I'm sorry, first-person adventure game. It's shooter. Shut up. 1.09 million, and then Bayonetta 3 sold 1.07 million. So just shows you how niche Metroid really is in a sense. So Fire Emblem Three Houses or Three Hopes, Fire Emblem Warriors Three Hopes sold 1 million. So yeah, and the last game on the list at 77, Shin Megami Tensei 5, sitting at number 77. You can check out the whole list on Nintendo Life if you would like to see the other games, but that is incredible. That's just a lot of games. A lot of games. Let's see here. The Nintendo also reconfirmed a lot of release windows for their major Switch 2 games. So we already went over the launch stuff during my what I'm not playing section. Hades 2 is TBD. It says, let's see here. Pokemon Legends ZA is late 2025. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment is winter of 2025. Elden Ring is 2025. Kirby's Air Riders 2025. Metroid Prime Beyond 2025. Drag X Drive Summer 2025 should be a launch title. Nobody's going to buy it after launch. There's too many games. And we kind of went over the rest here. Yeah, it's good for them. Good for them. Let's switch gears here, everybody. Switching off of Switch 2 and going all the way back to the Nintendo 64. Yes, you heard that right. Rare's Nintendo 64 shooter GoldenEye 007 officially inducted into the Video Game Hall of Fame. Well deserved, I think. Sits right there among the, I don't want to say the best first-person shooters, but definitely the most influential, I would say, in terms of the console space. I know we had Doom and Wolfenstein, and I don't think Half-Life was out yet, but there were definitely a lot of PC shooters that were out, and Marathon was out and a few others. So the fact that we got a pretty decent first person shooter on the Nintendo 64, and then the follow up too on N64. Not Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark was good too, but the other 007 game that EA published, actually, The World's Not Enough, in my opinion, the campaign is just as good. The thing is that everybody was waiting on Perfect Dark, and Rare didn't make it, and GoldenEye stands out. Also, The World Is Not Enough was not a very good movie, so say what you will. But yeah, so this was inducted in the Video Game Hall of Fame. The other nominees, which some of these should be nominated in some of them maybe not so much. So GoldenEye inducted. Let's see. Competition. Quake definitely should be in there. NBA 2K, that should probably be in there. Frogger, probably. Angry Birds. I think Angry Birds should be in there. I think Angry Birds gets overlooked so much because it's a mobile game and people don't like to admit that they like mobile games. Angry Birds is an amazing video game. If you were to talk about games that are near perfect, like seriously near perfect, I would put Tetris, definitely. Miss Pac-Man, I would say right up there with it. I would put Angry Birds up there. I think Angry Birds is one of the best, most it's one of the most thought out, interesting puzzle games I think maybe ever. I think Angry Birds is an incredible video game, and if you haven't played it, you should play it. It's on the App Store for $1. You should play it. Um, or if you have a Wii U, you can pay like a lot of money for I think the trilogy is on there, Angry Birds trilogy, and the Star Wars game, and I think there's a Transformers one, maybe. Definitely should be there though. Angry Birds, great. Tamagotchi, the little handheld, like egg shaped with the like the LCD screen. Let's see here. Age of Empires, yes, definitely should be there. Let's see. Age of Empires, Angry Birds, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, Defender. So I'm not saying Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare shouldn't be in there. I think it definitely launched a cultural phenomenon, which I guess that is credit enough to be there, right? But like, I kind of feel like Halo should also be up there, like Halo 2, maybe. Halo, I mean, I would vote for Halo 3. I think Halo 3 is the best of the trilogy. I know a lot of people love Halo 2. So yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. I'm not, I, I'm trying, I'm fighting that internal struggle of like, I don't really care for Call of Duty, but like, you can't deny the cultural phenomenon was and still is, right? Especially Modern Warfare, right? And then they went on to make Titanfall and Titanfall 2 for EA when they all left Infinity Ward, right? That was Titanfall 2 should be in there. Game was amazing. Uh Defender, Frogger, Golden Tee. So Golden Tee is the arcade game, should probably be in there. I don't think the Tiger Electronics toy should be in there. They have a picture of the Tiger Electronics toy in here. Probably not. Definitely probably not. Let's see here. We have Harvest Moon. It's an interesting choice. I guess that would be this vertical box right here. I was trying to figure out what that was. Mattel Football in 1977. So this was the if you've never seen it, Mattel Football was the tabletop kind of uh, automated football game that had real like figures on the board that moved around via magnets, I guess. And each player had this like weird controller to control the game, the players on the game on the board, right? So It was interesting. I would look it up if I were you. It's pretty interesting to watch because it was like mind blowing technology for the 70s. Let's see. Mattel Football, NBA 2K, Quake, and Tamagotchi were the nominees. So congratulations to GoldenEye 007. You win. Slappers only. All right, we're gonna switch gears again. Xbox branded handheld seemingly has leaked, according to some images on Twitter via Eurogamer. So a lot of people are calling this the ROG Ally 2. Other people are calling it the Xbox branded handheld. Let me tell you, it's got some nasty handles on it. It's ugly, guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it here. The handles make it look like a not great device. I understand that they're trying to make it look and feel like an Xbox controller. It looks more like a Xbox 360 controllers, like those handles, if you remember what those felt like. But man, so there's a white one that is clearly the Xbox branded one because it has the uh, green, red, yellow, blue buttons on it. Whereas if you remember the ROG Ally specific, like the ROG Ally and the ROG Ally X, they have the kind of neon versions of those colors, right? So, which I don't know. I've been looking at the ROG Ally X because I was redoing some thumbnails for Xbox Casuals to kind of streamline those thumbnails. And let's see. Oh wow, cool. Uh, that's cool. Bandai Namco liked one of our coverage pieces. Cool. On Elden Ring Night Rain. That's cool. I don't know who wrote it, but good job. That's going to get a lot of hits this month. So, all right, let's see here. This is an ugly looking device. I would look it up if I were you. It's incredibly ugly. Which is too bad because I think that the ROG Ally is a really nice looking device, especially the X, the black one with the. I just think that is a very nice looking device. I don't care for the PC aspect of it, honestly, but it is a really nice looking device. And if I had $800 to burn a hole in my pocket and the Switch 2 wasn't coming out, maybe I would get one, but I'm not going to because there are other things happening. Speaking of other things happening, Nintendo has updated its user agreement to crack down on emulation. This comes off the heels of the recent kind of update for Pocket Pair's Pow World game, where they removed specific features from the game because of patents Nintendo has filed for or kind of received the okay for during this lawsuit. So to touch on the Pow World thing, I'm shocked it's gotten this far. I don't. There's a lot of games that just rip off Pokemon, right? Like Temtem, Nexomon. There's all kinds of monster hunting games, and this is the one you're going after. The survival game. I don't know, man. I understand IP protection rights and everything, but like this seems really. I don't know. I'm all for IP, protection, and I'm kind of one of the people who thought that they think they need to change the intellectual property rules to where things take longer to go into public domain just because of how long companies and people stay alive. And I mean I was kind of talking about that obviously when the Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse went into public domain last year, one of these years. It was either last year or this year, earlier this year. I can't remember anything, guys. I gotta tell you, I feel like my brain is as smooth as a polished stone. I can see I can't even think. Uh, but this is just out of hand, and I get that some of these things look like Pokemon, but like I don't know. I don't know. But this crackdown on emulation comes from Steven Totillo from his Game File newsletter. You should subscribe to it on Substack. It's pretty interesting. It's nice. It's neat. Confirming that the wording in the user agreement from Nintendo has been expanded upon significantly, effectively giving more information as to what constitutes an offending action along with the potential consequences. Here's the updated wording. It says, without limitation, you agree that you may not A, publish, copy, modify, reverse engineer, lease, rent, decompile, disassemble, distribute, offer for sale, or create derivative works of any portion of the Nintendo account services. You may not bypass, modify, decrypt, defeat, tamper with, or otherwise circumvent any of the functions or protections of the Nintendo account services, including through the use of any hardware or software that would cause the Nintendo account service to operate other than the accordance with its documentation and intended use. Object C says obtain. You may not obtain, install, or use any unauthorized copies of Nintendo account services. Or D, exploit the Nintendo account services in any manner other than use them in accordance with the applicable documentation and intended use. In each case, without Nintendo's written consent or express authorization, or unless otherwise expressly permitted to applicable law. You acknowledge that if you fail to comply with the foregoing restrictions, Nintendo may render the Nintendo account services and or the applicable Nintendo device permanently unsuitable in whole or in part. So, yeah, man, Nintendo's had a real problem with emulation for a long time. This doesn't surprise me that they changed this, but um, I don't really condone emulation unless there's like no possible way to purchase the game legally, or obviously Nintendo wants you to pay for their online service to play these games. So another sippy sip. I don't condone it. So if you do it, proceed with caution, I guess. So that's that. All right, let's get into some third party news, which we haven't really gotten to talk about an awful lot this year or ever with Nintendo. Um, this first one, Cyberpunk 2077. CD Projekt Red states that they are, quote, very confident in the Cyber 2077 experience on the Nintendo Switch 2, and Nintendo was very supportive of helping them port the game over. There's a whole interview on Nintendo Life you should go look at, but essentially, like, I'm impressed. Let me start over. Once a CD Projekt Red game launches, after about a year after it launches, I'm I'm always impressed with the things that they do or places that they put these games, right? Like The Witcher 3 is on Switch 1, right? Like that's really impressive. Cyberpunk 2077 coming to Switch 2, the full game on the 64 gig cart, which is also impressive. I'm really intrigued to play this game on Switch 2. I'm really interested to see how it plays. I liked what I played I mean, I beat the game right when it first came out, and I know it's like a really significantly different game now. And this one comes with the DLC, which I didn't play, so I'm really intrigued to see how it plays. But I'm really fascinated with how they do this. Have done this with that. So, CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition comes out on Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day. I think it's only $59.99 with the DLC. So I mean, they're even selling it for $10 less than maybe they should. I don't know. Other third party news. Unlike Nintendo, this headline just I don't. Unlike Nintendo, EA's game prices apparently won't be rising anytime soon. Business is strong, resilient, and continues to grow, even though they just laid off 300 people. Yeah, business is strong, I'm sure. This comes off the heels of Madden and EA Sports FC coming to Nintendo Switch 2. I will buy both these games there. I really liked what I played of FC, or I guess it was FIFA back then on Switch 1. I bought 3 versions of it. It's not a game I buy every year because I'm not that into soccer to know like who plays for who and what's going on. But Madden, I will definitely be playing Madden there. Let's see here. Split Fiction is also coming to uh, Nintendo Switch 2 from EA Originals and Hazelight. That'll be $49.99. So $49.99 and $69.99 respectively for Split Fiction, and then Madden and FC are both $69.99. They will be game key cards in the physical form, so just look out for that. Those things, the digital revolution for Nintendo is here. As always, they are about a decade late to the party. To these trends, we'll say. Some trends are favored, some are not. I know a lot of people collect Nintendo console games specifically in physical because they tend to be mostly there. And for the most part, most of the Switch 1 games were there, right? Like, I think the only ones that I have that weren't all on the cart are Doom, Wolfenstein 2, and then Wolfenstein Youngbloods was a code in a box. And Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, I think only Tony Hawk 1 was on the cart. And you had to download Tony Hawk 2. And then Final Fantasy 10, only the first game is on the cart, and 10-2 is a digital download. So that was pretty disappointing as well. But I have physical copies of those games on other platforms, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, key cards, man, gross. I need to get a bigger memory card for mine for my Switch 2. I bought the 256 just to have one at launch, but I will probably invest in a 2 terabyte one at some point. Speaking of large games and Nintendo's pricing, quote unquote, again, Gearbox's Randy Pitchford admits Borderlands 4 might follow Nintendo's new pricing. Shocking $80 price tag for Borderlands 4. It's fine. It'll be on sale in like 6 months, and that's when everybody will buy it, right? So they're still looking at setting a price. I wonder, especially because Grand Theft Auto 6 will probably be $80. I'm very confident. I would be shocked if Borderlands was, just because they usually sell a version with all, like the season pass version or whatever for 100 or 120. That seems like it would cover it, right? So, but I don't know. 2K likes money, and Borderlands sells. So here we are. Here we are. They say. Here we go. But that's it. That's it for the news. Let's head on into to Pack Watch here. These are the games that you can play on your Nintendo Switch right now. I'm checking to see if I missed anything here. They're really starting to show off Switch 2 stuff. I'm really excited. I'm glad I held off on the Switch or replaying Breath of the Wild because this seems like the perfect time to play it. I wonder if Overwatch will get a Switch 2 update. That seems like it would make sense, right? That seems like it would make sense. Oh yeah, the Star Wars update and Disney Dreamlight Valley. I might have to get that Star Wars stuff. All right, here are the games that you can play on your Nintendo Switch right now. And soon I have to go to the Nintendo store because I'm not gonna lie to you, been really busy and didn't make a dock. That's on me. I'm sorry, everybody. Was not prepared. Kind of prepared. Sort of prepared. Let's see. Coming soon. Let's see what hot AI trash is on this thing today. Coming soon. Loading. Gotta love this eShop, by the way. Love the eShop. It's wonderful. It's great. All right. We have Ninja Fight. Oh my gosh. There is a total ripoff of this is a total ripoff of what was it? Planet of Lana. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Okay. That's horrible. Let's see what non-AI garbage is in here. Racetracks Maniacs. Jeez, come on. All right, there's a real video game. Capcom Fighting Collection 2. That's coming out on Nintendo Switch on May 16th. It includes, let's see, it includes, oh my gosh, come on. It includes Capcom vs. SNK, Millennium Fight 2000 Pro, Capcom vs. SNK 2, Mark of the Millennium 2001, Capcom Fighting Evolution, Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, Power Stone, Power Stone 2, Project Justice, and Plasma Sword Nightmare of Bilstein? Bilstein. That seems right. Yeah. $39.99. It's coming out. Check it out. Knights and Guns is coming out. That game looks kind of interesting. It's basically a side-scrolling shooter. I will read you the description if I can. It loads. This is why I write these things down. A classic revenge story set in the medieval fantasy world with a touch of deadly modern firepower just to turn things up to 11. Fight through the armies of the undead, mutants, aliens, machines, and beasts in order to get back with what's rightfully yours and bring some semblance of peace back to the land. Who knows? If you're thorough enough, you might even discover the history of the kingdom itself, long lost to the scholars of the realm. It is. What kind of. I bet this is a roguelike. Let's see. Inside the game. Somebody wrote this in Google Docs and copied and pasted it to whatever doc they give it to. Conquer the non-linear world. 150 handcrafted stages. Oh man, that's awesome. All right, I'm into it now. Not a roguelike. Not a roguelike, everybody. I really like the art style too. It's a cool art style. Okay. I spoke too soon. It looks kind of like a Flash game. Good for them though. I'm glad that they have something here. And then Yeah, that's like the really old new only game coming out. The only real game coming out. Let's see, what is this? Oh, this game looks interesting. Neon Apex Beyond the Limit. That's looks like a Tron Neon City. Not Tron. The motorcycle looks like a Tron cycle. Uh, so yeah, those are your games, everybody. Next week though, there's a few. Oh my gosh, Knight's Night. That is totally Shovel Knight. The shamelessness these people have, man. Oh boy, there's an Ed game, Dungeon of Love. Onimusha 2 comes out on the 23rd. Okay, we'll get to those when we get here. I'm just trying to see if there's anything coming out and like right before, because I mean Switch 2 is so soon. Guardians of Zazuma is coming out, but I think that's getting a Switch 2 version. Also, gosh, there's literally a game coming out called Virtual Girl. I'm concerned. I'm so concerned. I don't understand people. Oh, everybody. Just hug your friends, everybody. I'm really excited for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, though. Nothing new on Nintendo Switch Online this week, it seems. Man, Nintendo Switch Music, not a lot there either. Nothing new there either. So, yeah. So here's the thing. Question block. We have questions for this episode. However, we also need an expansion pass episode this week. Ed is not here. I'm going to make the expansion pass episode this week an entire mailbag episode. We're going to answer probably 7 to 10 questions on that episode. And then, yeah. But I am going to get out of here a nice brisk 67 minutes since I pressed record. And yeah. That's it. My final thoughts of the day, however. I think my final thought of the day, actually, it's not really video game related, but I want to encourage everybody out there to learn how to say no. Like, learn how to, and I'm not saying like, if you are in a position where somebody asks you to do something for them or to take on more responsibility for something, and you know that you are just stressed or overwhelmed, it's okay to say no once in a while. I think I have yet to learn that in my 38 years on this planet, but I have been told it is good for your mental health. With that said, take care of yourselves, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Get some sleep. Eat right. Go outside. Take a walk. Do little things like that. Rejuvenate your life. Rejuvenate your mind. Take little breaks, and just be better to yourself. That's what we do here. We encourage people to be better to themselves and other people, and I'm going to encourage you all to do that too. So, man, my eyes are bloodshot. I'm really tired. Uh, Speaking of not sleeping, I think I've slept a total of like 11 or 12 hours this week, and that is not good. So, anyways, everybody out there, I want to thank you all so much for watching and listening to this episode of Nintendo Pow Block, your regularly scheduled program with Edward Varnell and myself next week, and maybe special guest, our friend Grayson Morales might be here next week to tease a little bit. Very excited to see Grayson. If it's not next week, it'll be within the next couple weeks. Yeah, I'm. I know that he works for a company that, you know, well, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to get him in trouble or anything. He didn't say anything, to be clear. This is my personal thought. I know the company that he works for is, they just purchased some media outlets and laid a bunch of people off, and I just hope that it's not going to affect him, because he's a great dude and doesn't deserve to for something like that to happen to him. Uh and this world is just getting crazier by the day with AI generated content and SEO farms, and yeah, I just have a lot of friends in the industry, and it it's a little concerning, you know. It's kind of funny that on Xbox Casuals the other day we were talking about the whole Polygon and Giant Bomb situation. And that ironically, it seems the only stable media outlet right now, traditional media outlet, is Game Informer, which, a year ago we were talking about them closing down, uh, which is insane to think about. But everybody out there affected at those outlets, our thoughts are with you, and you know, it sucks that this keeps happening to, probably good people, right? I mean, it's generally speaking, I think people just want to make money and live their life and not have to worry about any of this stuff. So everybody out there who's affected, um, deserve better, and think, we're thinking about you. So everybody out there, though, thank you so much for watching and or listening. You can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/BossRush Network. Check out our website and all of our content at bossrush.net. Our PAX coverage is up. Go check it out. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening to this episode of Nintendo Pow Block. And until next time, we love you. Bye, everybody. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRush Network. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, Retro Stoy, and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.